In Parshat Tavo we read how the Israelites would bring their first fruits to the temple. There they would make a statement so familiar to us from the Haggadah of Pesach, Arami, Ovei, Davi, and in the statement they said these words, Vayareu otanu hamitzrim vayanunu, and the Egyptians were bad to us, and they afflicted us. Now actually, I have just mistranslated these words, because Vayareu otanu literally means they caused us to be bad. Some of our commentators explain that the term Vayareu actually doesn't come from Ra, which means bad, but it comes from Rea, which means a friend. And therefore it has a wonderful meaning. On account of the oppression that the Israelites faced, they became bonded together like friends. The Al-Sheikh HaKadosh, however, is insistent that Vayareu otanu means they caused us to be bad. And he explains, the Israelites, unfortunately, found themselves in a situation in which they were doing things which ideally they wouldn't want to do, and which ideally would be wrong to do. The best example of this is how Moses actually killed a fellow human being, an Egyptian taskmaster who was threatening the life of a fellow Hebrew, and then he hid his body in the sand. It was Golda Meir who once said, in the course of time, we'll be able to forgive our enemies for what they've done to us, but we'll never forgive them for what they caused us to do to them. During the summer, I paid a very moving and memorable visit to the area of the Battle of the Somme. I attended the centenary commemorations there. I stood in those very fields where exactly 100 years ago, within less than 5 months, more than 1 million people were killed in battle. And I thought to myself, how is it possible that the world never learned lessons from it? That the First World War led on to the Second World War. And today within our fragile world, we still see so much blood being spilt, so much murder caused through hatred, so much terrorism. We wish that it wasn't necessary for our sons and daughters to be trained how to raise arms over a number of years, to have in their minds methodology of how to kill people. It's necessary. In fact, it's a mitzvah. But it's so sad that that's what we're engaged in. Similarly, it's so unfortunate that around the world, it's necessary for us to volunteer, to protect buildings, to protect people, thinking on our minds of how enemies might try to attack, and how we're going to neutralize them. It's not a situation we wish to be in. At this time of the year, we're extending greetings to others for a Happy New Year. And there's so many different ways of wording our sentiments at this time, but I've never come across such sentiments which don't include the word peace. That's because we yearn for a time when we will have absolute tranquility and peace, a time when others won't cause us to do that which we wish we didn't have to do. And in this spirit, I wish you all Shana Tova. May we and everyone on earth be blessed with the coming year, which is filled with peace and happiness, fulfillment and joy. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.